Alright, it's like 11 p.m. This is the edge of the, well, not the edge, but we're like 30 feet from the edge of the pond behind our motel. I'm hearing a bunch of these weird frogs. Not sure if they're carpenter frogs. I'm just taking video for later. There's an audio recording. So this is a marbled salamander, Ambystoma opacum, in central South Carolina, beside a little swampy area. Probably about 4 in the afternoon, late February 2016.
3:20.
3:20. So here is the Webster salamander. That spot in central South Carolina, a little deciduous woodland near a little seep. Note the little serrated stripe that turns red at the end of the tail. Looks almost like a zigzag salamander, just with slightly different coloration, different number of costal grooves. Lives only in isolated pockets.
It's on it?
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Or she, I don't know.
This one is an eastern mud salamander, Pseudotriton montanus, found at a little seep in central South Carolina. Actually beside what looks kind of like a vernal pool the seep might drain underground into. About 4:15 p.m. in late February of 2016. Beautiful creature. Ooh. Just hold him there a minute. I'm going to scroll up and down his body with the camera. His tail appears to be a little broken off. All right. Yeah. This is a southern cricket frog at that same location in central South Carolina, near the vernal pool. Yet another lifer. Not a salamander, but still a lifer. Not sure the scientific name. It starts with acris something. Anyway, we're in the Waxhaws of northern South Carolina, like 2 miles from the North Carolina border, and this is a statue of Andrew Jackson at Andy Jackson State Park, South Carolina. It's kind of rolling terrain. There's a little cleared field here. I'm not sure if this was the field the Jacksons cleared for themselves in the pre-Revolutionary War days. Just for whoever's watching this when I post this on YouTube, a little background on Jackson. His parents came from, I believe, Londonderry. Don't quote me on that, but they were Scots-Irish Presbyterians, and they settled down here in what's known as the Waxhaws region of north central South Carolina and south central North Carolina. And from here the Scots-Irish diaspora went west into East Tennessee, into western North Carolina, into Arkansas, and eventually its western terminus in central Texas. Now over here you have an interesting looking cabin. I'm wondering if this might be the cabin where Jackson was born. Probably. Oh, the plaque's in front. Yeah, that plaque just says what's in the garden. So this is a replica of the kind of schoolhouse that Andrew Jackson would have attended, it says. This is not, in fact, the log cabin where he was born. It says here that Andrew and his classmates studied Greek and Latin in preparation for careers in law, medicine, or the church, which is pretty impressive considering that this was not a secondary school. Didn't go much beyond like the 8th grade. And it says here, yeah, an orphan and wounded ex-prisoner of war by age 14, Andrew finished school in nearby New Acquisition District, then moved to North Carolina to study law. Alright, I'm on a road in rural Rockbridge County, and I just found northern spring salamander. I'm gonna fetch him off the road and get him into the headlights here so you all can see him. Actually, I accidentally turned the headlights off. Let's fix that. There we go. Now we can film this sucker on the road. Okay, so this guy is, sit still. This is Gyrnophilus porphyriticus, northern spring salamander, known as the king of mountain streams as far as salamanders are concerned. Preys on the smaller salamanders. I got some really clear pictures of it. The video isn't cooperating so much, but there we go. Sorry I don't have better lighting, but it is nighttime. Beautiful northern spring salamander with a classic color pattern. Let's get him from this way. That'll do better. On a road in rural Rockbridge County about 10 at night after a little thunder shower rolled through. Here is our second spring salamander of the night right here. Gyrnophilus porphyriticus once again. That orange coloration is tough to see at night, but the pictures are very clear. Alright, now this guy is the second species of salamander we've seen tonight. This is Pseudotriton ruber, the northern red salamander. On camera he's showing up as like bright red, but actually he's an orangey red, black dots along the whole body, about 4.5 inches long, rounded tail, yellow eyes. Beautiful, beautiful specimen. I'm just trying to find a good light balance in which to shoot this footage. I'm just going to try to do something I'm not normally good at. I'm just going to hold the camera kind of still and pan over his body here. That's good lighting. There you have it, folks. Second salamander species of the night. Right now I've seen 46 American toads, 11 wood frogs, 1 northern red, 2 northern spring salamanders along this road. Gonna let them go and get back to campus here. Alright folks, same road, a couple miles down. This is another northern red salamander, Pseudotriton ruber, a slightly larger one. See again the black spots, the yellow eyes, bright red-orange coloration. We're next to this big creek that parallels the road. I'm going to get some pictures of this guy. His camcorder's getting all fuzzy for whatever reason. Likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, so far the count, 56 American toads, 15 wood frogs, 2 reds, 2 springs. Alright, here we've got a blue spotted salamander, Ambystoma laterale, found again in the Lapeer County forest in mid-April. Beautiful creature. Snake we just found near the top of Reddish Knob and barely in Rockingham County, Virginia.
He doesn't seem to like me very much. He keeps trying to get away.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the inaugural trip of the Herping Club -1 member. Alright, so this is an eastern redback, pretty common species, but first salamander from Rockingham County and the first of the day. Found up here at like probably about 1 o'clock-ish.
1:30.
1:30. My video camera has decided to work again, contrary to its earlier statements. So we're taking video with it now of this cow-knob salamander up here near the top of a mountain in Rockingham County. And if you put your, like where I can see his face.
There we go.
There we go. And then like spread his body out a little so I can see his spots and pan along him. Yeah, there we go.
Covered in leaf detritus.
Yeah.
You see his underside?
No, it's good. You can see he's got these cream-colored spots on him. His back is black. They're very similar to slimies, except the differential of the spots and the fact that they're the only ones that live this high up on the Virginia-West Virginia border. I believe we're still in Rockingham County, Virginia. Maybe in Pendleton County, West Virginia. And it's like 2, I think.
Yeah, it's 2.
So I'm going to get some video of him going back into his habitat, into this log here.
Just digs his way right through.
Yeah. There he goes. Here's another redback in the same spot. This is 7 now. Just to give you an update, to this point we found that cow knob, the highlight so far that we got that brilliant video of. The one we thought might have been a Shenandoah Mountain, we just compared the belly of the other redback. It was actually a redback. It's still in leadback phase. But still, the big news as of right now, we've got a cow knob salamander. So, anyway, 7th redback. Alright, folks, this salamander is about to dry out, so I have to make this video clip decently fast. But you'll see at first glance he looks like a redback salamander in leadback phase, which is at first what I thought this guy was too. Till you see those brassy speckles that line him. You might not be able to see it on the camcorder. The pictures show it pretty well that I just took. But I'm going to scroll down him like this. Hopefully it shows up. Actually, I'll get him in the shade. Maybe that'll do it better. And you can see all those brassy speckles, especially back on his tail, up the length of his body. And the tail, I noticed, was longer than your average redback. I was thinking, well, maybe this isn't actually a redback. And the definitive piece of evidence is when you flip him over, and a redback will have what you call a salt and pepper belly. This one doesn't. His belly is all black, with the exception of those brass speckles at the sides of his body. So this one is the Rockingham County variant of the Valley and Ridge salamander, a creature known as the Shenandoah Mountain salamander, found only in Rockingham County, Virginia, and neighboring Pendleton County, West Virginia. Anyway, here's another look at his belly, all black. I'm going to set him back here and get some. Yeah. Oh, and there's a redback under this log too for number 9. Well, let's flip it back to kind of where it was. And here he goes back down to his natural habitat. See how he's moving real slow? That's because he's close to being dried out. You can see kind of those brassy flecks as he goes back down. There's a redback for you. Here is a Virginia seal salamander. You note the eye jaw line denoting he's a dusky. He doesn't have that normal brown streak on the back of a northern dusky. His tail is not as strongly keeled, although it is kind of keeled. He's got a very light belly with black markings on the sides. The head's a little longer, more pointy, and kind of color blotches on the back, although those aren't showing up that well on this camera. But technically I think it's now the same species. They were merged in the 70s, but they're a slightly different color morph north of Interstate 64 in Virginia. It used to be considered a separate species, the Virginia seal salamander. So, anyway. So this is a larval, pretty much subadult. I mean, they look like gills, but they're not gills. I forget the technical term right now, but the things on his side that they have when they're larvae but not adults are almost gone. He's got the full orangish red coloration of a black chin rad, and all the black dots. We found him in a little muddy seepage here, the edge of Blount County, Tennessee, May 22nd, and it's like 6:30, maybe almost 7 now. I'm going to put the flash on. These pictures aren't coming out all that great. Maybe a close-up. You got him?
Yeah, I think so.
Just zoom in real close where it's clear and then pan like up and down his body.
Okay. It's just really fuzzy. Okay, it's clear. How's that?
Oh my word, perfect. Go back toward his head. black-chin red salamander sub-adult. The Smoky Mountains, and this is the endemic red-cheeked salamander, Plethodon jordani. Only lives in the Smoky Mountains National Park, nowhere else on planet Earth. It's kind of the icon of the Smoky Mountains for us herpers. He's got that orangish-red cheek patch right there, the sleek blue-black body. This is kind of a medium-sized red cheek. They emit a toxic slime. So if I were a predator and I ate this species, I'd be in a world of hurt. And because of that, predators presumably learn to avoid salamanders with red cheeks, so there's a dusky salamander that imitates this guy. So here, you all, is a southern pygmy salamander. You'll note he's got an eye jawline like the other duskies. Very small salamanders, usually that tan color that you're seeing, with a chevron pattern straight down the center of his back like that. Alright, we're still at that same mid-elevation spot in the Smoky Mountains. Here's a southern redback salamander we found under a little rock here. We're still at that mid-elevation spot in the Smokies. Just wanted to show you this really brightly colored imitator salamander we found. He's got like fluorescent orange cheek patches, and he's got the classic tan and dark brown modeling on his back of a younger imitator salamander. Oh, and there he goes onto my shorts. And he's thinking my shorts are rocks, so I should probably get up and fix this, let him go under an actual rock, and there he goes. Okay, so this is the view from the top of Clingman's Dome area, Tennessee, and we're looking out over the North Carolina Blue Ridge way out there in the distance. Camcorder doesn't pick the furthest lines of mountains up all that well. You're looking out pretty much toward Cherokee.